Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for another anime first impression video. Welcome once again. This is going to be on a anime airing on Crunchyroll, and this is one of the special ones. We'll usually get one of these by Crunchyroll that's going to be both subbed and dubbed at the same time. Usually, Crunchyroll waits 2-3 weeks to start releasing dubs, and they're always 3-4 episodes behind. They always try to get one that's kind of at the same time, and this one's that one. This is called Why Raeliana, sorry, ended up at the Duke's mansion. Now it is definitely an interesting story. It is kind of an easy Kai story. Not kind of, it is. And it is, I think, based on a webtoon. So that's another special thing about it. It's not no, not really a manga per se. So, before anything though, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. I do have quite a bit first impression videos. I still have maybe 8 or 7 more to release, so I'm gonna try to finish them this week or maybe part of next week as well. And yeah, once they're done, I'm gonna go back to my regular type of videos, where it's reviews and reactions, usually only. So, anyways, why Raeliana ended up at the Duke's mansion? It's basically a woman, Rinko, who is reborn as this girl, Raeliana, and she was pushed off a building. She doesn't remember who it was exactly, but she is basically reincarnated into a wealthy character of a novel that she knows very well. Now, the character is more of a side character, and she quickly remembers that this character is kind of like the kickoff for the main character to fall in love with the person that she's going to fall in love with, and that's through her death. So she's like, I need to avoid my death because I don't want to die 2 times. So essentially, she remembers who killed Rieliana in the novel, and that was her fiance, because he was trying to get the uh, the property and the workshop from her family to basically take all this, take all that for his own. So she quickly starts trying her best to break off the engagement, and he just does not budge. Like almost at one, not almost, she does at one point shoots right through the side of his head, and he's not bothered one bit. And then he shows his true colors one day as he arrives to her mansion unexpectedly, and he tells her, like, you know who like what you are, and I don't have to show my colors now because I know that you're trying to break off the engagement. But I'm going to tell you this: it's not going to break off, and you're stuck with me because this is a political thing more than anything. And so she feels trapped with this guy as his fiance. So time passes, I guess, not that much, and there's a party, and this is where the Duke is, and I guess we'll do two parts to this. First is Raeliana's part, and that is she is trying to make friends with the Duke, which we eventually find out that she knows who he is, how he is, and he's a Two-Face. He's a dangerous Two-Face. But she tries to mark a deal, and she mentions a thing that he wants more than anything, which then makes him agree to some of her terms. One of those were just kind of placed on top of him randomly when the fiance finds them talking in the night outside, and she immediately decides to go a different direction and say, "Oh, he's my boyfriend," and obviously that doesn't go well, and she's like, we gotta break off our engagement, and she leaves. So the Duke finishes off the lie and tells the fiance that he better stay away from her because she doesn't want to be engaged, and he needs to respect that. And obviously he's a man of power, so not just power but also royalty higher than him, so he kind of has to follow the rules. Second part of the story is the fiance story. We see the fiance kind of mingling through the people. We start seeing a little bit more of his colors, which is he is being used more than anything. One of the other nobles pulls him aside and tells him like, I overheard that Raeliana wants to break off your engagement. You better not let this happen, and your life is on the line. Now, this is obviously it's heavy on him, obviously. So um, he is super scared and obviously does not want to die. So that's why he starts looking for her, and then again the story connects with him going and finding Liliana. So the episode ends there. We don't know much after that. I did watch it dubbed this time around because it was a little bit easier for me to watch it dubbed. This one I might actually watch week by week. To be honest, it's a really good story. I've really learned to love these webtoons. There is the remarried Empress, which I've done 2 volumes already here to my channel, and there's other ones like the end of the world fall, I believe is the name of that one. It's another one that I'm reviewing, and it's really good. I've the webtoons have actually been pretty decent, and I'm excited for the industry to pick more of these up and make them into actual series so we can enjoy them as well. Um, I have not read this series in particular, but from the people that have read it, from my understanding, it is following pretty well through, and the voice actors that were chosen for these characters, the Japanese at least, were a good choice from the producers and the the creators of the anime. So out of 10, I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10. It's a kind of a villainous, not really type of style story. She's trying to change the story. I like that because she's trying to save her her life. There is other stories where they take it a different direction where they're like super otakus about it, and they're like, we can't change anything. We have to deal with how the story goes, and she's not like that. She's definitely wanting to save herself, and there's nothing wrong with that. So anyways, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love by comment, liking, and sharing. Thank you so much for those who have been subscribing and joining the group. Thank you for the love, and like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.